Hey, how's it going? This is still Jeremy, and I am going under this tunnel to go find something that I've never seen before. It is, that was cool. This is Ōsaka City. This is sort of near, actually, the Noe area where I was in a recent video, but we're going to look for something that I just saw on Google Maps today, which is this little green Esplanade or something like that. I've never been there before, I don't think. So go check it out, see what it looks like. Let's see. I think this is right. I will. Right here. It's a chaotic start to the video. But anyway, this is day 3 of my 30 vlogs in 30 days project. And this is a very good example of kind of why I decided to do that, because I didn't feel like doing this today. I don't know why. Look at this. We cut through this park. You know, some days you're not super duper at your best, at your gankiest. Am I allowed to be back here? What is this? Yeah, so I did I did 2 videos in the last 2 days. I wasn't really going to go out today because I was kind of sleepy after lunch. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon now. I was sleepy after lunch. And I was like, you know, I got nowhere to go. I got nothing to say. Let's go into this cool thing. But I don't have that luxury. I can't just say no. I got this to do. I got this project to do. Let's cut through here. It's very wise to be cutting through dirt parks right after it rained. So I've scoped this out a little bit. I think this is the correct route. A godforsaken little alley. So anyway, I had to come out here and do this, and I'm actually very glad I did, because this is the whole point, to get me out of the house, to do a video even when I may not be focused on doing a video, because that's a good skill to have. You do a video when you need to do a video. So we're going to this Esplanade just to see what it looks like really. Another reason for getting out of the house every day is that I want to see if my blood sugars improve over the 30 days. They're generally okay anyway. Well, I think we're here already. We're at the start of the Esplanade already. See if we can figure out what it is, how it is, what it's like. So blood sugars are okay generally, but the average for the last 7 days as of this video is about... What could that possibly be? The big green hill. The average is about 171. And that's a 7-day average. And I would like it to be, below 130. So we'll see what happens. There's this kind of what do you call it? Chicken and mouse. Cat and mouse game that I play. This is the Esplanade, by the way. I'm going to pull over here, let these people kind of clear out. Cat and mouse game I play with my blood sugars in the evening, right before bed. Because I like them, at night my blood sugars tend to drop, and they drop at different amounts. If I've been exercising a lot, they might drop 150 points or more from bedtime to morning time. So I have to be, a little bit over 200 if I'm going to wake up at all. I'm going to wake up with good blood sugar, not low. If I haven't been exercising much, then maybe 70 points, maybe 0, who knows. Last night it was 225 before bed, and I kind of gambled with it. I left it alone, and it was 150 when I woke up, which is not so bad, but the average of those two is not great, so blah, blah, blah. Anyway, hopefully I can improve all that. So we'll see if it improves, see if things improve. I was talking to some students recently. There's the thing, I was going to talk about this today. There's this way, the way Japanese works and the way English works are just very different. And it's difficult to translate between them because different details are important or not important in each. Yet more fountains that aren't on. It's too bad. This sign says, 顔をつけたり飲んだりしないでください. Do not drink the water, obviously. Like students of mine, I will say like, so, like at the beginning of class, I'll say, so, what's new? What did you do yesterday? And they'll say things in English like, I met my second son and he has a new baby. And that's it. And I think, all right, there's a lot. And I, as an English speaker and listener, I'm thinking, why is it important that it's your second son? Why did you point that out? Not just I met my son. And what do you mean you met him? Does that mean you like ran into him somewhere, or he visited you, or you visited him, or you went out to lunch with him or something? Like, this is like, I don't understand the base situation, so I don't quite understand where to go with the story. And what do you mean he has a new baby? Like he and his wife or something had a baby and he brought the baby, or he's just telling you about the baby, or his wife is pregnant? Like, what's the story? I met my second son and he has a new baby. So to me, all the important details are missing. Where did this happen? Who exactly was there? What was the context of all this? And they're just translating directly from Japanese, so they're just saying what they would say in Japanese, and the rest is left to be, well, obviously he knows what I'm talking about, but I don't. And then the same thing the other way. Like, I'll be explaining something in my Japanese to people, and I'm thinking about the English. And they'll be like, yeah, I got that part. What about the part? What about the? And they'll ask about some detail that I didn't think was important, you know. That's why Google Translate cannot translate between Japanese and English very much, like very well, because there's just so much that's different. Because the way Japanese works is, like for example, the second son thing, the first son. A common one is like a sibling. Say, people always ask me, how do you say older sister? Or, you know, they'll ask me in Japanese, how do you say that? How do you say it's my sister, but it's older, sister or younger? And I say, well, it's older sister or younger sister, but don't tend to say that. You just there's two words for sister in Japanese, basically. One means older sister, one means younger sister. You can't just say sister. You can, but they don't generally in regular, conversation. And I say, well, just say sister, and they understand, but they don't like it. But they're so used to saying older or younger. That's part of the deal. Well, this is a dead-end bicycle parking lot. Let's go back along the Esplanade. Maybe we'll break off from the Esplanade and go a little bit north. Ow. We'll go maybe down this arcade. So I just tell them it doesn't matter. Like hierarchy is very important in Japanese. So is it older or younger? Like that's how they want to know the base situation. Well, what do you mean you're a sister? I need to know who's older here so I can understand the power relationships or whatever. And to me, it's just not important. Very strange, very, very difficult to do that naturally. To be honest, I was watching a YouTube video today, a vlogger somewhere, and he was walking down the street with his phone, and holding his phone in front of him, talking into it. And he was, people were kind of looking at him as he passed, and he was saying, it was a video about vlogging, and he was saying, I know it's cut down here. I'll tell you why I'm cutting down here, where there's fewer people. he was saying it's very, you know, you feel self-conscious when you're talking to yourself, holding your phone, walking around talking to yourself. But you just have to get over it, was his advice. But this situation is a little different. This is, I'm not holding a phone. At least when somebody's doing that on the street, you know what they're doing. Oh, they're talking into their phone for some reason. They're doing video of themselves, which doesn't seem that big a deal to me, because I do it this way. I have a camera mounted on this bicycle, and I'm just biking along, and I think a lot of people probably don't really notice the camera, or they think they don't know it is a camera, or they think it's an umbrella holder or something. And I'm not wearing earbuds, so I'm clearly not talking on the phone. So as far as they can see, I'm just a guy riding a bicycle, talking to himself. So that makes me even more self-conscious. I still do it. Like, what are they gonna do? No one's gonna call me on it, and even if they did, so what? But still, you know, I get second glances, I get double takes enough as it is as a gaijin. Although not as many as I used to, oddly enough. Well, we're getting a little off the, careful, a little bit off of the topic here, which is that Esplanade. Let's go back to the Esplanade. Go back to the beginning of it, because I kind of miss it. I've already fallen in love with it. I hope you have too. And I hope after this video, I didn't check my blood sugar before this. Before lunch, it was 180. And I was happy that it was under 200 because it's one of my sore spots, before lunch readings. And I didn't check it after lunch. Lunch was soba noodles with tempura shrimp and a piece of fried tofu. Oh, it was tasty. And what else? Something else. Oh yeah, 2 little pieces of sushi, like makizushi, and a couple of cookies. And oolong tea. Oh, okay. This is where we cross the big road, so go off to the left here. Never mind. I thought that sign might be cool, but it was not. Here's how we're going to end this video. How much time has it been? 15 minutes? All right, we're going to wait for this light to turn, and we're going to shoot down this Esplanade at a high rate of speed. How about that? By the way, Edion is a very, very big chain of, it's an electronics store. And it used to be called Midori, I think. Some M word used to be. Anyway, about 5 or 6 years ago, they changed it. They rebranded the entire thing nationwide, as far as I know, from Midori to Edion. And to announce it, they had Celine Dion do TV commercials for it. So she was standing in her gown or whatever, because her name is Dion and it's Dion. They're not related, but they just thought that would be a fun spokesperson.
Watashi, Celine Dion.
You see things like that, and you can't help but think of Lost in Translation, the movie with Bill Murray.
Make it Suntory time.
Cut!
Doing a Suntory commercial, because it really is like that. Still see Tommy Lee Jones on a lot of the coffee machines here. What is this? Because of the coronavirus, nothing is going on here. It's basically what I think it says. That's too bad. So, anyway, that's my Celine Dion story. I didn't think I had a Celine Dion story, but you got one out of me. Congratulations. I'm not shooting down this at a high rate of speed like I planned. There's too many people. I'm trying not to be a terror on the streets, but, you know. I'm naturally a terror in my heart, so. All right, here we go. What's this guy doing? Oh, Get out of my way.
Here's a guy making a U-turn in reverse.
Here's a woman backing out of a bush.
Here's a woman backing out of a bush.
Part of my George Carlin quote library in my head. Anyway, so I hope everything's okay with you. This has been very good for me. I'm happy to have been out. I'm glad it's a very cool day. Again, the third day in a row, whatever, it's a cool day here in July. And it may be raining the next couple of days. When it starts raining, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't have a waterproof camera. But I'll figure something out for you. So, thank you very much for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Go here to subscribe to the newsletter, and hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe.